Jim Simons, the Quant King of Wall Street. Welcome to Math and Maticians, where we explore the lives and contributions of the greatest mathematical minds of our time and past. Today, we journey into the fascinating life of one such individual, Jim Simons, a man who danced with numbers in the hallowed halls of academia and then conquered Wall Street with algorithms. This, my friends, is not your average tale of stock options and market fluctuations. This is about a mind that saw patterns where others saw chaos, a mind that turned math into, well, magic. Before we dive into high-frequency trading, let's rewind to the beginning. Picture a young Jim Simons, born in 1938, already showing a knack for numbers. This was a full-blown love affair with the language of the cosmos. By 1958, Simons graduated from MIT with a bachelor's in mathematics. 3 years, people. He earned a Ph.D. from UC Berkeley in 1961. His thesis? On the transitivity of holonomy systems. Yeah, I know it's complex, but it earned him a doctorate. Simons wanted real-world applications. While teaching at MIT, he worked with the Institute for Defense Analyses, deciphering codes during the Cold War. Talk about a resume builder. So, you've got this math genius who's cracked codes for the government, rubbing shoulders with the brightest minds in academia. You'd think he'd be content with tenure, right? Maybe a nice office with a view. Not Jim Simons. He was just getting started. He dove headfirst into the world of finance, founding Monometrics in 1978. Now, this wasn't some grand plan to conquer Wall Street, mind you. No, this was Simons dipping his toes into the waters of the unknown, testing the limits of his mathematical prowess, and boy, did he ever find a new playground. 4 years later, in 1982, Renaissance Technologies was born. This wasn't just another investment firm, this was the birth of a revolution. Simons, the code-breaking mathematician, had a wild idea. What if, instead of relying on gut feelings and hunches, you used cold, hard data to predict the market? What if you threw out the emotional roller coaster of traditional trading and let algorithms do the heavy lifting? It was a radical concept, met with skepticism from seasoned investors. But Simons, ever the maverick, pressed on, assembling a team of mathematicians, physicists, and signal processing experts. He knew that to find order in the seeming chaos of the market, he needed more than just financial analysts. He needed minds that could see the universe in a single equation. Now, any good story needs a plot twist, a moment where the stakes are raised. In our tale, that moment arrived in 1988 with the creation of the Medallion Fund. This wasn't just another investment vehicle, this was the culmination of Simons' vision, a high-octane cocktail of complex mathematical models, statistical analysis, and enough computing power to make NASA jealous. The Medallion Fund was different, you see. It didn't care about the whispers of Wall Street insiders or the latest CEO pronouncements. It cared about patterns, anomalies, and the subtle signals hidden within mountains of data. It was the embodiment of Simons' belief that the market, for all its apparent randomness, could be understood, predicted even with the right set of equations. And predict it did. The Medallion Fund's returns were nothing short of legendary, consistently outperforming the market year after year. Simons' team of mathematicians and scientists had done what many thought impossible. They'd tamed the wild beast of Wall Street with the power of algorithms. But here's the thing about Simons. He never rested on his laurels. As the world of finance marveled at his creation, he was already thinking several steps ahead, constantly refining his models, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. He knew that in the ever-evolving world of finance, standing still was akin to moving backward. Now, you might think that someone who'd cracked the code to financial success would be content with just counting their billions. But Jim Simons, my friends, was a different breed. He understood that true wealth wasn't measured solely in dollars and cents, but in the positive impact you have on the world. So in 1994, alongside his wife Marilyn, he embarked on a new adventure, one that traded algorithms for altruism. The Simons Foundation was born, its mission as ambitious as it was noble, to advance the frontiers of research in mathematics, physics, life sciences, and autism. This wasn't just about writing checks, though. Simons, with his characteristic zeal, dove headfirst into the world of philanthropy, establishing the Simons Foundation Autism Research Initiative, or SFARI, pouring resources into understanding and combating this complex disorder. He understood that the same scientific rigor that fueled his success in finance could be harnessed to unlock the mysteries of the human mind. But Simons's philanthropic endeavors didn't stop there. Ever the champion of education, he founded Math for America in 2004, an initiative aimed at revitalizing math education in public schools. He knew that to nurture the next generation of mathematicians, scientists, and yes, even Wall Street wizards, you needed to start at the grassroots level, sparking a love for numbers in young minds. So where does that leave Jim Simons today? Well, he may have stepped down from his role as CEO of Renaissance Technologies, but his legacy continues to loom large, not just on Wall Street, but in the hallowed halls of academia and the hearts of those his philanthropy has touched. You see, Simons' story is about more than just cracking codes or predicting the market. It's a testament to the power of human curiosity, the relentless pursuit of knowledge, and the understanding that the most complex problems often yield to the elegance of mathematics. He's a man who's bridged the gap between theoretical equations and real-world applications, proving that the language of the universe is as relevant in the financial markets as it is in the cosmos. Jim Simons, the Quant king, the math magician, the reluctant Wall Street wizard. His story is a reminder that sometimes the greatest fortunes are built not on hunches or gut feelings, but on the solid foundation of mathematical certainty. He's shown us that the universe whispers its secrets to those who listen closely, and sometimes those secrets can lead to extraordinary things. Now I know what you're thinking. What's the secret sauce? How did Simons do it? What's the magic formula for cracking the Wall Street code? Well, if I knew that, I'd probably be lounging on a private island somewhere, sipping on something bubbly. The truth is, the inner workings of Renaissance Technologies and the Medallion Fund are shrouded in secrecy. Their algorithms as closely guarded as the recipe for Coca-Cola. But that doesn't mean we can't glean some insights from Simons' approach. First and foremost, he understood the power of data. Not just any data, mind you, but vast, diverse data sets that went beyond the usual financial statements and market trends. He knew that hidden within the noise of weather patterns, geopolitical events, and even social media chatter were subtle signals that could be exploited for profit. And to decipher those signals, he assembled a team of brilliant minds, not just from the world of finance, but from physics, mathematics, signal processing, you name it. He knew that to find order in chaos, you needed to approach the problem from multiple angles, to see the world through a different lens. But perhaps the most important lesson from Simons' journey is the power of adaptability. He never rested on his laurels, never assumed that his models were perfect. He knew that the market was a constantly evolving beast, and to stay ahead of the curve, you needed to be willing to adapt, to refine your approach, to never stop learning. So what's next for Jim Simons and the world of quantitative finance? Well, if his past is any indication, the future promises to be anything but boring. Quantitative trading is no longer a niche strategy employed by a select few. It's become the dominant force in the financial markets. Today, algorithms execute millions of trades per second, analyzing data, identifying patterns, and making decisions at speeds that would make even the most seasoned human trader's head spin. But as with any technological revolution, there are challenges ahead. The rise of artificial intelligence and machine learning in finance raises questions about ethics, transparency, and the potential for unintended consequences. As algorithms become more sophisticated, it's crucial to ensure that they are used responsibly, that they don't exacerbate existing inequalities or create new ones. Simons, ever the visionary, has spoken about the importance of ethical considerations in quantitative finance, recognizing that with great power comes great responsibility. He understands that the future of finance isn't just about maximizing profits, but about harnessing the power of technology to create a more equitable and sustainable financial system. As we conclude our exploration of Jim Simons' remarkable journey, one thing remains clear. His impact extends far beyond the realm of finance. He's shown us that the pursuit of knowledge knows no bounds, that the language of mathematics can unlock secrets in the most unexpected places. His story is an inspiration to aspiring mathematicians, scientists, and anyone who dares to challenge conventional wisdom. But perhaps the most important lesson Chern-Simons teaches us is the power of giving back. His philanthropic endeavors, particularly in the field of autism research, demonstrate that true success isn't measured solely by financial wealth, but by the positive impact we have on the world. In a world often driven by short-term gains and individual ambition, Chern-Simons stands as a beacon of intellectual curiosity, ethical leadership, and a deep commitment to making the world a better place.
Check one, check two.
Chern-Simons once said, "I don't want to be right, I want to make money." It's a simple statement, but it speaks volumes about his approach. He wasn't interested in ego or being proven right. He was driven by results, by finding solutions that worked, regardless of how unconventional they might seem. He also emphasized the importance of collaboration, of bringing together brilliant minds from diverse fields. He understood that innovation often happens at the intersection of disciplines. When experts from different backgrounds come together to solve a common problem, Simons' legacy is a testament to the power of intellectual humility, of recognizing that we don't have all the answers, and that the greatest discoveries often come from embracing the unknown. While Chern-Simons may have formally retired from the helm of Renaissance technologies, his influence on the world of finance and beyond continues to grow. His philanthropic endeavors continue to push the boundaries of scientific research, and his insights on mathematics, technology, and philanthropy are sought after by leaders in various fields. As we've seen throughout this exploration, Chern-Simons' legacy will forever live on. Sadly, in May of 2024, Chern-Simons moved on to bigger and better mathematical and numerical places. There is absolutely no paid promotion on this video or any connection to the following foundations. But if you would like to donate to Chern-Simons' legacy, there will be 3 links in the description that will take you to one of 3 foundations supported by the Simons Foundation. First, the Simons Laufer Mathematical Sciences Institute. Next up, the Simons Center for Geometry and Physics. And lastly, the Simons Institute for the Theory of Computing. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Math and Mathematicians, where we explored the extraordinary journey of Chern-Simons, the quant king of Wall Street. From the hallowed halls of academia to the cutthroat world of finance and the noble pursuit of philanthropy, Simons' life is a testament to the power of the human mind and the impact one individual can have on the world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the mind of a mathematical mastermind, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our future explorations of the greatest minds in mathematics and numbers. Until next time, keep those minds curious and remember, sometimes the most complex problems yield to the elegance of a simple equation.